What up, my friends? We have gathered to talk about, obviously, the news of the day, which is the situation going on with Magic the Gathering getting more expensive because of the tariffy trade war in action that's going on. So, first things first, let me grab the live stream link. We'll share that in the Discord, and then we shall proceed from there. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so that's good. And we'll swap this up here. That's good. All right, everything seems to be functioning as it should, which means we can do our hellos. But first, a little bit of Kool-Aid to aid me in keeping cool. All right, what up? Jess, Millmaster, Ang, Kenzigi, Shelton, Drumsticks, Todd, Carrot, Otto, Stranded, Adam, Zircon, Eepy, Joe, Ever, Kyle. Who else is in here? Juglum, Error, Unfortunate, Matt, Foster, David, Kevin, Finn, Rowdy, Dude, Everyday, Some, Gray. What's up? How are you guys doing on this Wednesday evening? So, Magic the Gathering prices are going up in Canada by 25%, bare minimum, because of the new tariffs that have been put in place. Now, ultimately, could end up being more, depending on whether distributors will add an extra percentage onto that. But if this persists, if this continues to be a thing ongoing, then it's going to be a pretty ugly scenario, specifically for the Universe Beyond stuff. It's already going to be a ball bag punch for sets like Tarkir, but the Universe Beyond stuff has the extra premium pricing, so this is going to push it up even higher. It's an interesting time to be a Magic the Gathering player in Canada. They say, may you live in interesting times, and that's what we're doing right now. Adam, I'm with you, buddy. I hope the stupid tariff stuff goes away soon as well. It's a tit for tat. It's funny how some people don't understand how it works, where they're just like, they don't get that it's actually the Canadian government that's making Magic more expensive for us, but they're doing it in response to the American government making things more expensive for themselves. They think we're hitting them in a way, but it's like, you are the ones who have to pay higher prices for the stuff that's coming in. And then we get hit back, and the governments just go, oh, you smacked my butt cheeks, so I'm going to smack your butt cheeks. And they just get into a big butt slapping fight, which is what's going on now. That's the deal. That's the deal. Jess, you like how saying hi to everyone is a bunch of names mixed in with random words? True. It is a random grab bag. Kyle, get out of here. We're not looking for anybody to be trying to shill for soap right now, bro. Get out. I mean, I guess Magic players are a good target demographic in one way, because a bunch of them do need to be hosed down and soaped up. But you think they're buying soap in the first place and just don't know how to use it? So probably going to be falling on deaf ears, bro. Finn, you're going to ask a dumb question. Wouldn't Hasbro directly import Magic cards from China? They don't have them made in China, right? Like, Magic cards get made in Japan, Belgium, and America. Those are the three locations that actually have production for the cards. What up, yeah, Magoro? What up, Chim? Also, it's not dumb questions look different than that. You're just trying to understand stuff. So that doesn't come across as a dumb, trust me, I see a lot of dumb questions, and that's not a stupid question. What up, Sheba? What's going on? Fubar? What up, unfortunate? Hey, Adams Meyer says, life dream to be on the board plus get an insult on the spin. Well, you get to be on the board right now. That's definitely happening. Obviously, you have to wait for a wheel night to get the spinning going down, right? I feel like I may as well move this over to this side. Yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter. It creates there's an asymmetry, right? Not that it matters very much, but whatever. Sometimes I notice it more than other times. Either way, you're lord of the board, big boy. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. Well, let's rotate that a little. There we go. There we go. Carrot, you need magic licensed soap. It would probably, like, if Wizards of the Coast produced soap, it would be so low quality that it would literally just jank the skin off of you. You may as well just be using steel wool to bathe with, you know? Elmore proxies are looking really good right now. Understandable. Magic has reached insane prices. The Final Fantasy decks, to pre-order them here, is something along the lines of $100 for the regular deck. And that's before you take any of this increase into account, which could easily push it up to like $130 a deck. We're not talking collector decks. We're talking regular commander decks. The price, I feel like a price of regular boosters could reach like $10 a pack just for something like Bloomburrow or Duskmourn. Have to wait and see what the exact numbers are, but that seems like a reality. If Canada gets all Japanese cards due to imports, I don't know how it works with the whole made in Japan. Does it just get shipped? The thing is, if the cards are made in Japan, are they considered to be exempt from this when they cross the border? Do they get made in Japan, shipped to the States, and then shipped to Canada? Because it tends to be, we get a first wave of Japanese stuff, and then the rest is made in America. But the pre-release kits are pretty much all, the pre-release kits are definitely made in America. And the pre-release for Tarkir happens in a month. So it's probably going to get hit with those extra costs, you know? Can I move the caged loot into frame? You want to watch him suffer. You know what? Normally my laziness would rule out in this case. But since it involves hating on loot, I actually can do that. Let's go ahead and shift him a little bit over this way. All right? MTG soap will make your skin pringle. Rowdy, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Adam says, thank you for the priceless entertainment you give us every night, big dog. Well, thank you for putting a price on it with actual money. And also, thanks for the kind words. If Magic made soap, people wouldn't use it because they'd want to keep it mint in package as a collectible. That's an excellent point, Sum. That's an excellent point. Like, I don't see Wizards giving enough of a crap to do anything to make it easier or cheaper for us. What do they care? By the time that shit gets applied, they've already sold the product. They get the same money. And Wizards doesn't care about anything but their own cash, right? So I don't see Wizards stepping in to make any kind of difference. I feel like, now I could be absolutely wrong, but I feel like this is going to be short-lived. But unfortunately, in the time that it's not, like, for the time that it's in effect, it is going to mean at least 25% more added on to the cost of Magic, which is wild. What up, Goddard? How you doing? Yeah, Finn, see, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Well, Philip, you can say don't buy USA products, but that's where Magic the Gathering comes from. So there's no, well, I'll just get Canadian Magic the Gathering. I'm not going to switch into some other card game. I'll just go find this Canadian card game to show them. It's not going to happen. You can say that easily for things like ketchup, potato chips, But when it's one product made by one company in one country, your hands are tied on that one. There's no way to get around that. Sheba, poor little Loot. Listen, this is what he deserves. This is what he deserves for existing, okay? He deserves to be sad and imprisoned. Loot can eat my ball bag all day and all night, all right? I got a whole bunch of sad Loots, and that makes life better. Let's start a soap grading company. Is this one used? I see a hair on it, man. Oh, it's curly. I give this bar a 2. Heavily played. Heavily rubbed. Foo bar 100% going to be short-lived. It seems like that's going to be the case to me. 100%. 100%. Long hair, I need a spinning wheel with Loot attached so I can throw knives or axes at it. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Soth, some Magic players don't even know what soap is. It definitely seems like that. I feel ya, man. Some of them. Pretty wild. Foster, typically collector displays and play boosters are made in Japan, so no tariffs. The distributors might just jump the price anyways. Well, how does it work, though? If they make the stuff and then it gets shipped to America in here, are they just going to say it's coming across the border and it's coming from the States, so it gets hit? I don't know. I don't know how that works. But you're correct that the distributors will probably take the opportunity to crank the prices anyways, because they love extracting money. And like a month ago when this stuff was first in discussion and being put into place, even though it got like a last minute, we're not doing it, they still ended up in their prices. They shut off, they're like, a bunch of distributors said, yeah, we got to pre-approve orders now. And they were just going, you can't order this stuff. And then they relisted it at a higher price. So well, Carrot, I'm not really interested or worried about anything outside the scope of Magic. So when it comes to worrying about metals and everything like that, I'm not interested in the larger scope of this. I'm very much interested in how this affects Magic the Gathering. So obviously it's going to be a widespread thing that hits a bunch of things. But, you know, obviously as the Magic historian, the title of the stream, I'm just sticking to that realm, you know? Is Grand Archive Canadian? I don't believe so. I don't think so. Let's see. Made in Taiwan. Grand Archive is apparently produced in Taiwan. I don't know where the company is headquartered. It's all good, Karen. I wasn't really like telling you to stay on topic so much as just letting you know that if you wander off into other things, it's fine. You can do that, but it's not something that I'm going to address or really get into the discussion of because I'm not interested or educated on the subject in any way. So, you know what I mean? I don't have anything to say. Finn, you care about my bacon prices? Yes, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. What are the odds the prices stay up at least a little even after the tariff issue is reversed? Joe, I'd say the chances are good. Mailmaster, you'd have to look at the language in the free trade agreements that US, Canada, and Japan are signatories to, as if you could go from Japan direct to Canada and not pay, but if ever goes to the US even for a bit. See, that's the main thing that I'm wondering about, is if it gets shipped back into, like, the US, hey, it was made in Japan, whatever, but it goes to the US first, it feels to me like it's going to get hit. I mean, obviously, somebody who knows better on the subject would be able to clarify that, but I don't think we're going to have any border agents or anything like that. I'm pretty sure that everybody in this stream is just completely guessing or educated-ish guessing, and nobody has actual full-on knowledge. And that's how I'm looking at it, right? Time to reboot Maple Story. I vaguely remember that. Sure, yo, Super Chat says, tariffs are applied to things made from the US, like cards. Also would apply to phone services, hence my lead for you. Also, Lord of the Board for now. That's true, you did just price a right Adam Myers off. And I appreciate you sending me that email today, giving me the heads up on the phone service. That's one of the last few things that I still have to get sorted out before I go to the States in it's 2 weeks now. It's getting really close, which is exciting. It's fun. My poor old mother believes what she sees on the internet and in the news. So she's afraid that in the States, there's crazy rioting going on and it's going to be super dangerous, which is hilarious to me because there are people who think that there's rioting going on in Canada and all this stuff because people watch the news and believe the absolute horseshit that they're fed. So I just told my mom, I'm going to a card game convention. It's going to be totally fine. There's nothing to be worried about. And you should probably watch less news. You don't let what you see on the news scare you because it's all overblown nonsense. That's how they make their money. They make their money by making you afraid. The news is the worst because it never really tells you anything you can do anything about. It just tells you should be scared. Things are scary and bad. And you should be terrified. And you shouldn't trust people and all this stuff. When it's just go outside your front door. Go look in the actual world and see how it is. And you'll be fine. But the problem is my mom has immune issues because she had stage 4 cancer, which she beat. But once the pandemic set in, she refused to go outside. And she won't go out anymore. She'll go on the porch, and that's it. She hasn't gone anywhere in years now. So she's a prime target. She's old, and she's a prime target for news nonsense fear-mongering, you know? Yep. Millmaster, if you look at you can find the Canadian government actually put out a list of all the things that are being hit with the tariff. And you go through it and you will find playing cards, which is what Magic the Gathering gets classified as. A table game, playing cards. It's 100% under the umbrella of the tariffs. Habanero getting all excited about Maple Story. All right, tell me a story about maple syrup. Sean, you're sure Wizards will drop the price for me? They're not the ones, Wizards is doing the exact same price. It's the tariffs. It's the distributors. All that. That's what's going to push the prices up. But no, Wizards has blacklisted me, bro. All right? Once upon a time, following me on Twitter, Wizards employees, they sent me that secret layer. But I don't play by their rules. I am too critical of them. So I've been blacklisted, even though they will use screenshots of my stuff in some of their actual meetings. Because I have inside sources. And they're like, bro, you know that they're showing pictures of your videos and stuff in meetings, right? Although, funnily enough, they're using them to brag about shit. So check it out. Look what we're doing. Oh, look at the Marvel secret layer and all this stuff. It's like, all right then. All right. Finn, yep. No, I know. No fruits or vegetables. And when it comes to your prescriptions, you only bring enough for the time that you're in there, plus an extra week's worth. So my buddy goes to the States all the time, and he's told me the things that I need to be aware of before we go. And there's nothing to worry about. I'm not worried about running into any problems at the actual border, you know? Everman, news media is a business, bottom line is money. They run stories that are sensationalist. Journalism is dead and it's sad. You're right. You're absolutely right. Foster, you cleared shipments of hobby items in the early 90s as the brokers kept screwing up. The country the item was made in was the important thing for the first free trade agreement. Cool. All right. Well, that sounds promising for Japanese cards. Keep me apprised of what happens if this goes on for another month or whatever. I'll be talking to other people who own LGSs as well, but It's always good to hear from multiple sources. Vlocky says, I'm cashing in my money in the bank briefcase and taking the title of Lord of the Board from Shorio. You got it, buddy. You are the new Lord. You have like a money in the bank briefcase. You have a briefcase where you carry around your cash. I like that. I like the idea of you having like a briefcase handcuffed to you and then just coming up to me and opening it up and it's like, what's going on? And it's like, here's $10 and a nickel. I'm the Lord now. All right. There you go, bro. Nicely done. Habanero Maple Story is a garbage MMORPG from Korea that nobody plays anymore. They're infamous for popularizing digital loot boxes. Ah, all right. So you love it. There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. Elmore's down for Maple the Gardening. Oh, MS says the price is wrong, bitch. All right. All right. MS claiming the board. Oh, you're going to steal the first letter of his name too, right? Oh, Vlockies, he stole your M, bro. He stole, I guess it's better than stealing your embryo. See, he stole that M. And now he's adding his S to it. And then we got to also change this part. Because you're getting prices righted. It's the most brutal move. It's the most brutal move in Price is Right. To just beat the person beside you by a penny. You just shut them out. The look that people shoot the person when they do it is like, I can't believe you did me like this, bro. I can't believe it. Sean, do you have to pay an extra 25% to watch me now? Well, considering it's free, yup. So an extra 25% on zero is nothing. You're lucky. You're lucky. Vlocky says, look at me, MS. I'm Lord of the Board. I'm the captain now. All right. Reclaiming his M. Taking it back. And he ain't going Price is Right style. You know why? He's got a briefcase full of the cheddar, bro. All right. All right, Vlocky Talkie, you got it, buddy. Bam. Sheba says, fight, fight, fight. Board war for the trade war. That's true. We got to start instituting a 25% increase on these as well. That's it, right? We got to cross the border. Oh, damn, I'm smart. It hurts how smart I am. MS says nothing funny in this one. Oh, he's just getting aggressive now. No jokes. No jokes. Just the stare down. He's stealing the M back, bro. He's stealing your embryo. All right. MS 1501. The Price is Right brutality thickens. Arena, the problem is reciprocal tariffs the U.S. is doing April 2nd. As a result, U.S. distributors will have to pay tariffs when they bring Magic products into the U.S. Well, U.S. distributors wouldn't bring Magic products into the U.S. U.S. distributors would get their Magic products from Wizards of the Coast, which is in the U.S. So that doesn't make sense to me. Vlocky says, game, set, match. Man, he's jumping up. Last time he jumped up 5. Now he's jumping up 10. The battle for the M has fucking gotten thick, man. This is the real trade war right here, guys. This is the real heavy hitting action. All right. Vlockies. Fat dong action. This keeps up, I might be able to afford a booster pack of Magic. All right. All right. Oh, shit. MS says you activated my trap. Ew. Ew. No. No with the Yu-Gi-Oh phrasing. No. You activated my Magic the Gathering cards, is what MS said. Oh, he did it with the dirty 69. He 69'd you with the Price is Right and stole your M blockies. Damn. Getting 69'd in the trade war. Bump, bump, bump. Oh, and Millmaster coming in with the gifted membership, giving it to Jesse. Nicely done, Millmaster. You are the member lord. History will member you. Viking, given that Magic's getting increased competition from games like Lorcan and Sorcery, do I believe they can keep raising the prices indefinitely? No, obviously they can't. They can't raise the prices indefinitely. There is a certain threshold where they bump up against people's unwillingness to pay, right? Now, we know at the far end of the scale, Magic 30 is completely untenable, where they tried to charge $250 US a booster, and it wasn't flying. There was zero chance of that being accepted. But we haven't hit the upper threshold yet for where there's a pushback purely based on price. And Magic the Gathering is luring in people who aren't as price sensitive because they're new to the game, so they don't have a set point where they don't remember a few years ago when Magic cost half as much. So to them, that's their entry point. Somebody who was new to or new to Magic said, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I have no idea how much we're getting fleeced here, but I want to get the stuff anyways. Oh, Blocky says, I'll show you a 69 MS Tim, bro. You are escalating hardcore. Blocky's literally did bring a briefcase full of cash, man. He's just full on now. He is full on. That is some fatness right there. Vlockies came to fucking play, man. That's a strong statement about loading the board right there. 69 in. That's intense. That's intense. Jess says, keep giving a hatchet, the Lord will bless you. That feels like a random bot comment, you know? Chew, your threshold hit 3 months ago. You're not alone. There are people who have totally just been priced out of the game and like, I'm not willing to spend this much on it. And you can understand why when the quality is as low as it is. Low card quality, high prices, unbalanced nonsense. The Magic isn't in the best position currently, you know? Millmaster, you saw a sign at the liquor store in the Canadian stuff that said buy this before this date. They're giving you the heads up, right? Oh shit, MS says 69 and 69 in Perp's chat to give him a show. That's the double 69. Damn. All right, you guys are taking a cue from the governments and swinging down hardcore. Hardcore. MS blasting back. Vlockies, man. He ain't intimidated by your suitcase, bro. Even though you got the sunglasses, the Men in Black suit, you got the handcuff, all of it, he's just staring you down, man. He's staring you down. Adam says the 6969 is known as the double mouthful. That's funny. That's funny. Lord Pepsi's super chat says, $5 bet, MS wins. Now it's... What's even happening now? It's like, what's the over-under on this Lord of the Board battle? Floppy says, what the hell's going on? Am I watching a digital money laundering scheme in real time? This is everybody coming together so that I will be able to buy one fractional share of a Magic the Gathering booster pack next month. Because I've seen like ads for banking apps where they're like, ever wanted to own part of an expensive stock? And I'm like, this is it. They're like, dear kids, dear youngins, you can afford 1/10 of an expensive stock by, it's like, you know, not even one share. You can own a fractional share. That's the reality. That's the reality. Jeffrey, are these from the US? The super chats are from the US, and no, there's no tariff on that. In fact, the United States money has a great exchange rate. So anybody super chatting from the US gives me a nice fat bonus, right? If we're talking about unintended side effects of this whole trade war that's been going on, the back and forth. It has caused the Canadian dollar to move downwards versus the American dollar, which for somebody who gets hooked up by people in the States actually works pretty well for me. That part works out quite well for me, but not well enough that a huge increase in Magic is worth it. You know what I mean? But it's a silver lining. It's a silver lining. Money in the Bank briefcase is a WWE thing. The briefcase is a guaranteed match for WrestleMania for one of the top belts. Oh, so like somebody hits somebody with the case? Like, wham! Is that what we're talking about? Is that what's going on? Finn, get double dog meated. How about double bacon meated, bro? How about that? How about that? Lord Pepsi says, Super Chat should be tips that are tax-free. Unfortunately, the Canadian government doesn't view it that way. So I would love that. I would love that. But that's not the case. And there ain't nothing I can do about that. I talked to the revenue agency about that because I wanted to know. And they're just like, no. Fuck you, pay me, bitch. And I was just like, fuck. All right. So, but whatever. What are you going to do, right? I mean, the government's going to grab you by the ball bag and yank no matter what. That's the reality. You go out in the woods and you, I don't know, bang a squirrel or something. They want you to fucking pay them for that privilege, you know? You banging a squirrel in the woods, bro? $2. Almi Salami. Nope. Almi Sami says, you just know that having standard players pay premium set prices for Final Fantasy Spider-Man in addition to tariffs is going to make this game grow. End sarcasm. You're absolutely right. /S. Yeah, man. It's brutal on top of everything that's going on with Magic. It's super rough. Oh shit, Vlacky says, stay down, MS. Damn, he's coming in at the hundo. He's just, we are now at fucking red alert. The fattest of angry dongs are slapping around now, bro. It's going down. It's going down. I'm going to be able to afford a fractional share of 1/3 of a Final Fantasy booster. Blockies really does have a fucking briefcase today. Shit, man. Shit. Scott, you bought a Ranger Captain of EOS from Canada and $75 turned into $58 US? Yeah, yep. In that direction, the money sure does shrink fast, bro. Kenzuki with the cool guy super sticker. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Gonna be able to afford a Cactuar. Kyle Driver Super Chat says, you cash in by running out and handing the case to the ref, and it essentially gives you the chance to pin the guy, then have an actual match at Mania? Wait, what? So you have a briefcase of money, you run out to the referee? Like in the fight? So you go into the wrestling match with a briefcase, and then at a certain point you run over to the ref and then you can pin the guy? Or does the guy have to lay down when you give the ref money? I don't know. I'm missing something, bro. I'm missing something. Nick, I can afford 1/2 dozen eggs. Yeah. I can have an egg in each hand, bro. Money in the Bank briefcase has a match contract. I do not understand, man. I watched wrestling back when it was Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, you know, and Rowdy Roddy Piper and those guys, and they just hit each other with chairs and shit. They didn't have all this weird convoluted, you know, remember the bushwhackers? Whomp, 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 bushwhacking, bushwhacking, bushwhacking. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? But this is... I'm like, wait, there's a what? Guaranteed match? I don't even understand. Like, don't they decide behind the scenes everybody who wins and loses? It's not real. So doesn't that mean the running and getting the briefcase and handing it off and who's going to play who in whatever guaranteed contract fight is also staged? Do you know? Like, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yup. Jake the Snake. 100%. Alami Salami. I'm rolling with it. That's your name now, bro. Buy Hasbro stock, then you won't be as depressed when they run the game into the ground for a quick buck. Make your own bright side. Yeah, and then the Hasbro, I mean, Hasbro isn't ever really going to turn into a big thing again, is it? It doesn't seem likely. Isn't buying Hasbro stock just waiting to lose your money? I've never owned a share of anything, bro. Every day says someone needs to call fast cash. What? Chim says it is predetermined, but it's still real. I mean, I loved wrestling when I was a kid. I saw somebody was selling one of Hulk Hogan's boots at the Comic-Con when I went there. And I was just like, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Luca, I don't know, man. I haven't heard anything about MTGO. So if there's been any changes, I have no idea, right? You'll have to go check that for yourself, my man. Try and do a redemption and see what happens. The SpongeBob secret layer will make the stock double. SpongeBob, who knows what other weird nonsense is going to show up this year, right? Kyle, you made $120 on Dogecoin. Is that like vehicle coins? Or is that just an autocorrect from Doge, which is that dog meme coin? Nessa, are there still a lot of collectors of Magic? Or are they aging out as well? It's hard to say how many are left. There was a big exodus going on. Magic 30 hit, and the writing was on the wall for a ton of people going, yeah, the reserve list, first of all, isn't a guarantee of anything. And Wizards was basically endorsing proxies with the creation of Magic 30. They're like, hey, these are gold back cards, so we're not violating the reserve list. And it's like, everybody knows what you're doing. We're not violating the reserve list, but also you should think these time twisters are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Why? They're not even real Magic cards. Yeah, no, you can't use them in official tournaments, and they're not real Magic cards, but you should still want them. And this is just a collector's item, though. We're not doing it based on like the secondary market, and we're not doing it based on any playing of anything. It's just a collector's item. But you upped the incidence of dual lands, right? Yeah. And you upped the incidences of Sol Rings, right? Yeah. So it's for Commander. No, I mean, we knew that Commander players were playing with like gold border cards and other things, and like, well, we definitely didn't target them. This is just a collector thing. It's just for collecting. We just made these things that Commander players really want show up more frequently. We're definitely not trying to bilk the reserve list and Commander players. And then a bunch of people went, oh, I'll just play proxies. And a bunch of other people said, I'm just going to sell my collection. I'm not going to be part of any of this. And so there was a mass exodus that permanently altered the nature of the Magic markets to the point of how all kinds of different game stores operate with their buy lists and stuff and what they will collect and hold, all of it. It caused massive tidal waves. And a ton of people exodused out or just went the same difference as far as Wizards is concerned, going, I'm just going to use proxies. Because that's what Wizards was doing. And it's hilarious that they thought that people were going to pay $250 a pack for this. They genuinely touted it to the investors like it was a big thing, you know? So it clearly flopped massively and had the unintended side effect of making a lot of people go, oh yeah, Magic cards aren't special. Why did I think these are special specifically? I can just use proxies and they work just as good. In fact, the proxies look nicer. You should see the new batch of proxies I got for the next sponsorship run that's going to be coming this month. They look great. So yeah, it's basically people just going, yeah, I don't need to care about this the same way. I'm not going to spend the same money. And now Wizards is just looking at things going, we just got to get new people in. Constant new blood, constant new blood, constant new blood. That's the deal. That's the deal. Millmaster, you've said investing in Magic cards demonstrates your inability to understand the definition of investment. MTG Finance is insane. Especially the Kaladesh stuff. Buy a box of the Kaladesh. Wizards has changed the name. That's it. That's all that they've changed. They can reprint any card in that set, and they've even said it's not a big deal to them, and they'll still use the word Kaladesh. Kaladesh isn't a forbidden word even. They banned the word Kaladesh. No, they didn't. They go, we're going to use this word going forwards, but we'll still use this one referring to the old stuff. So people buying up boxes like crazy, and what are you doing? It's just like you just want to lose your money, you know? That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Blockies, I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh! As far as I'm concerned, as an older Magic player, I always viewed Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon as the kid games. So if the kids want to play that until they graduate to Magic the Gathering, that makes perfect sense to me, right? So Yu-Gi-Oh! Never pulled me in. It seemed really fucking stupid with the whole, like, we got a cartoon with a douchebag with dumb hair, and he literally puts this gorpy fucking thing on his arm. I put my cards in this. That's fucking stupid. Like, the fact that cards exist in the show is so dumb. Magic is, yo, I'm a planeswalker. I'm massively powerful. I'm an Incredimage, just whipping crazy powerful spells and summon up demons and dragons. Not, I strapped a fucking weirdly shaped dildo to my arm and I'm just slapping cardboard into it. You just fell for the trap of my one-armed dong dragon. Oh, stare into the eye of my dick hole, bro. Bow. It just seems really stupid. And Pokemon is obviously for drooling mouth breathers, right? So it's kids stuff. It's all for kids. Let them have fun with it. Have fun with your stuff, kids. Let us know when you're ready to play the fucking adult game. Come play Magic the Gathering, you know? Thunder, you got what? You got $3,000 from selling out a bunch of your stuff? That makes sense. Finn, Magic 30 pissed off a lot of your coworkers who sold out during it. There was a massive exodus. It literally, their game stores still haven't gone back to the old way of doing things years later. It really permanently altered the nature of the whole Magic landscape. It's wild. Almi Salami Super Chat says Diamond Comic distributors went belly up. All the game store staples are going to go belly up as more and more customers are priced out of their geek hobbies. Where is the new blood going to go? The reality is the new blood's going to go digital. Digital is the way. Paper stuff is so fiddly. Look at Magic, for example. Do you want to get into Magic where booster boxes cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars? Or do you want to play on Arena where you can spend as little as you want? You can even play for free, right? Like, I free play on Arena. I have almost 700,000 gold on there and hundreds of wild cards, tons of cards, and I play on there pretty much every day. But I really love playing paper Magic. I really love owning paper Magic stuff. While I have accepted proxies into my cube, I still prefer to have genuine Magic cards. But I'm old guard, right? I started with paper Magic. So as somebody young, you're gonna play people would play on Arena and then they'd go to the game store and be like, I want to build the deck that I play on Arena. Oh, cool. What do you play? I play Sheoldred. Okay, those are $90 each. What? Yeah, those 4 cards for your deck will set you back about $400 once the tax is in and everything. I think I'm just gonna leave. You know what I mean? So it's a huge wall to run into. Wizards isn't really going to pull in the kids. They're not going to pull in new blood from the perspective of younger people. New blood is just going to come from other properties that have money, fan bases that have money that Wizards can try and extract from them, right? Sheba, the way I describe things is artistic and lovable. This is true. Good eye. It weirds you out how many 40-plus-year-old men are buying Pokemon right now thinking it's a retirement plan. Investing in card games is insane to me. Like, let's be very clear. First of all, I'm not rich. I don't have money that I invest in stuff. I'm just happy to be able to take care of a roof over my head, have enough food, take care of Carly's medical needs and everything for her disability, all that. I've got the essentials of life, and that's it. I don't own investments. I don't have them. I don't have any. You know, that's not a thing. So I'm not speaking from the perspective of somebody who, I know what I'm doing and I'd put my money into the fucking this index and Ball Ticklers Incorporated and shit. Right? So, but I mean, it just feels insane. Magic the Gathering is where maybe you can make some money on a quick flip or something. Card games, I don't know, but it's all just, it's a house of cards. It's a house of cards, you know? Habanero, even if it was darker in the book, if he's using actual cards, it just feels stupid, you know? Those things are dual discs. Yeah, that's dumb, Shorio. And I've seen people like wearing them in real life, and every time I'm like, holy shit. I am into a lot of nerdy ass stuff, but those Yu-Gi-Oh! Arm jockey things, they're so cringe, bro. They're so cringe. Finn V cards. We got to find the fattest jugs. We got to make that happen. We got to make that happen. Vlockies, do I think TCGs are a dying market? Yes. And companies are just trying to get whatever they can from an aging player base. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, with Magic the Gathering specifically, yes. They've been around for a long time. New card games are just trying to get a piece of the action and aren't expecting to be like a monolith that lasts for decades. They're just, can we get in and literally print gold? Because when you sell this stuff for that price, you're making insane margins. Like, the price of a collector booster is the same price as buying full-on games at the game store. You can buy one collector booster, or you can buy this entire box that has all the different pieces you need to play this game, has way more cards. Like, card games are crazy money if you can make them work. So that's why so many people keep trying. It's like trying to find a fucking gold mine, but you built the gold mine yourself. So they're not thinking, can I keep this game going forever? It's just, people are playing card games. Can we get in on this market? But Wizards is absolutely trying to milk what they can from their aging player base because the writing's on the wall. Fewer and fewer people are going to get into these fucking games. That's it. I don't like that. It's not a reality I like, but that's the reality that I see. You know what I mean? Sean, I'm invested in spending time with you guys. Well, hanging out with you guys is fucking awesome. I love live streaming. I love making videos. It's awesome. Millmaster, new game store that opened down the street showed a pic from their last pre-release. They were running Commander at the other tables because their pre-release was so small. But their first 40K thing had 40 tables full of people. Magic the Gathering is in a rough spot. Ami Salami said, you'd have assets if you shill stuff to us, Smurf. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. You got two Super Chat celebrations in the same stream. You got your third one and your fifth one. You're hitting the milestones. Almore, when the game dies, maybe you'll be able to afford to buy cards again. I mean, that would make things more affordable, but it would also mean that there's no new Magic cards coming, which is not great, right? Fragoza says, a nice part about the live stream is everyone can relate to the situation at hand. It feels like everyone's just sitting in the basement chilling. Hell yeah, these are chill streams. That's what it's supposed to feel like. It's not me giving you a presentation. That's what videos are more like. Here you go. I'm going to express this stuff. You can tell me what you think afterwards, but it's not an like live streams are a living, breathing organism that we all turn into a fucking giant human centipede. I'm the head, right? Obviously, and you guys are all stitched along. But don't worry, the only thing that flows through our intestines is good times. So open your yaps, boyos. Chim need to partner with Proxy Guys to sell us Historian Cube replicas. I think everybody should build their own cube the way that they want it, you know? Everyone has different tastes. And a cube is like a fucking bonsai tree, bro. It's something that you trim and grow over the years, you know? That's it. That's the reality. So I've had my cube in one form or another now for at least 20 years, which is insane when I think about it. Hey, what up, Jordan? How you doing, bro? Stranded, you're excited to see what the Tarkir trailer is going to be? I'm curious. I'm curious to see it as well. Finn, Ashnod's coupon is in your cube. I had that in my cube for a while. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if it is anymore. I can't remember. But I did at one point. Almi Salami. Yeah, of course. Of course Yu-Gi-Oh! Has psychologists, like employees that are specifically trying to like figure out the best way to take advantage of people's mentalities. You think Wizards of the Coast doesn't have that? They absolutely do. They absolutely do. Wizards of the Coast is massively predatory with its practices. They are fucking us on every front and expecting us to pay extra for the privilege of getting hosed by them. Their aura of everything should cost more just because it's Magic literally bled into Arena, where the guy who was in charge of developing Arena said, of course this will cost more than other digital games. It's Magic the Gathering. And it's like, where does this come from? Where does this come from? Yeah, Magic might be a big deal in the paper world, but they don't get to take that over to the digital world. They got so up their own asses about how Arena was going to be this huge thing, and it was going to be a giant esports juggernaut. And these clowns couldn't even figure out how to get a pro tour running properly. Like, here's your pro tour. How do you get on it? What do you mean, how do you get on it? How do people join your pro tour? Shut up. We picked them. Okay, now we got a Rivals League. That's how you get on the pro tour. Okay. So what's the Rivals League? It's another group of 20 people. Oh, okay. And how do you get in there? Oh, shut up. Right? Maybe we'll have a way somebody can get in there. Whatever. You should just be excited. This is the way. They'll know your name. It's going to be a big thing. We're definitely going to put a lot of effort into this. And all that failed. And they went, make it into like Hearthstone. Put Alchemy in there. Screw up Historic for them. I can't believe they want to have a non-rotating format where they can just enjoy the stuff they've already spent money on. Fuck them. Can we just delete their collections? Is there a way we can do that? No? All right. Well, let's force Alchemy into it. That's what we'll do. And then when they freak out, oh, why are you guys freaking out? This is great. Okay, you want a non-rotating format? We'll make one for you. But you have to give us 7 years. What? Yeah, because we're just going to go back on that later down the road. You think that if Pioneer like really takes off and everybody starts playing it on Arena, you don't think for a second that they're going to jam Alchemy into that too? We looked at the data and decided that Alchemy is actually really favorable for this, so we're including it. What? You're all freaking out? We'll make you we'll make a non-rotating format, but you got to give us 7 years. Like Spendar, how do I think the new Magic movie will impact Magic? I think it'll impact it like what I'm holding in my hand right now. I think it's going to have just as much impact as what I'm holding in both of my hands right now. Oh, that's right. I'm holding nothing. It'll have no impact because it won't get made. Wizards of the Coast is a fucking joke. They had a Netflix television show in development hell for years, and it was so laden with their bullshit politics and insanity that they had to scrap the entire thing, even though all the scripts were written, all the voice acting was done. They threw it all away. And years later, somebody asked, how's that show going? And one of the people in it said, guess what? They scrapped the whole thing. I can't believe you're talking about this. That happened like years ago. So they were, Magic show's come, just mums the word for years. And then they announce it again like it's a new thing. We're happy to announce a Magic show is in production. This is the same show you've been trying to produce for 6 years. You've gone through a bunch of different producers. But totally, this company that couldn't get one fucking show done is going to make 2 Magic the Gathering shows, a movie, and multiple D&D shows and movies too? What impact is it going to have on Magic? Oh, I don't know. Let's go off if it's going to be in universe lore, what do you think's going to make more of an impact? Aether Drift, vroom vroom beep beep, like the worst Mad Max you've ever seen with a bunch of crap jammed together? Or stories like in Tarkir, where Narset, the enlightened master, the super enlightened monk, has a fucking panic attack in a tavern and calms herself down by presuming people's genders. I'm not even making that up. That's the written story. So this is what are we turning into a movie that's going to bring people in? Because they were doing that in the Final Fantasy interview where they're saying, hey, you know, we're still giving them the same amount of in-universe sets. We're just giving them all this universe beyond stuff too. Yeah, that you put way more effort into, and you give us this lazy in-universe crap. And our movies and stuff are going to be focused on in-universe. Wow, you've been doing such a banger job. Will it be the rich story of Thunder Junction? Will it be the detective story of Markov Manor? They can't make a good story anymore, bro. Like Bloomborough. Bloomborough was solid. It was a solid set, and the story was all right, but nothing to carry a movie, right? And look at the D&D movie that they made. That wasn't considered a success by them, and they crammed all kinds of dumb nonsense into that movie. I watched it and was like, there's a bunch of entertaining moments in it, but there's also a bunch of idiotic crap where they're just like, they showed people in charge of that movie going, we love emasculating our characters. And then they have a scene like, I'm the big beefy barbarian woman. And she's in prison with this orc guy. And the orcs guy's like, he's bigger than her. I've never been in prison with a woman. Correct, because they don't do that. And it wouldn't happen here either. But the movie's like, shh, the lady's gonna beat him. She's not as big as him, but she's tougher. She's tougher. It's gonna be awesome. And you just go, hooray for your forced crap. All right? Your fucking Yaya sisterhood or whatever the fuck this shit is. It's so stupid. And then she's married to a tiny little guy. And you're just like, could you be any more on the nose with your empty bullshit, bro? Just go back to fucking ripping everything out of D&D because it might offend somebody. Hey, did you know this wizard captured these monkey dudes and then he used magic to turn them into fucking super soldiers? Oh my God! That's Germany! Sorry, what? That evil wizard thing you said makes me think of something bad that happened in the world once, and you can't have anything like that in your game, so you gotta take those out of the monster manual. And it's like, evil wizards can do evil things. No! No! And no love potions. No! That can't exist either. Make consent potions. Okay, we'll just take all this out. Here's an empty book with blank pages. Whatever. Write whatever you want, but you can't write these things. Ami Salami says, same impact as the D&D movie. Crickets. Bingo. Crickets, bro. Crickets. Oh, yeah, exactly. Loot. Oh, my God. Yeah. That's it. Shorio, a loot movie. Right? A loot show. They're going to have their baby Yoda. They're literally trying to force loot so hard, but loot has no charm. And what they don't understand is Baby Yoda was a fucking side effect. He wasn't intended to be this thing. They didn't have a bunch of merchandise for him at first. I mean, they leaned the hell into it when they realized that people were connecting with it, but it was accidental. Loot is forced garbage and is not enjoyable, aside from when he's in a prison. That's enjoyable. Jordan Holland Super Chat says, hatch your facts. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, my man. Thanks for the Super Chat, brother. Almi Salami Super Chat says, enchantment was always the evil D&D magic school. Yeah, it's wild to me that there are people out there like, you can't have these bad things. And yes, you can. You can triumph over these evils. You know that. You know that you can actually like defeat evil. You can face adversity. No, this challenges my worldviews. Well, that's pretty weak of you, honestly. But I mean, if that's how you and all your friends want to play, then knock yourself out. But Wizards taking it out of the product altogether is pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous. We're just going to go ahead and remove these races and everything. And we're just, any word that anybody might get offended by, we should probably take out of this game. It's like, what are you doing? No, evil thing's bad. Bad, no. What's evil to you? Well, you can cheat at hopscotch and like maybe shoplift, but only under $8 and only from large chains. Like, what? What? Legend War of the Spark to be the movie idea. It's not going to be any random old thing from Magic's past. There's no chance of that. There's zero chance of that. They're not going to pick the book for that, the lore for that literally was such a nightmare that after War of the Spark, they're like, we're never making stories again. You think they're going back to that? There's no fucking chance, bro. Pick the worst thing you can think of, magnify it by 10, and that's what Wizards going to do. It's not going to be whatever your favorite storyline, it won't be that. It will be horseshit. Avi Salami! Necromancy? No. No necromancy! Yeah, listen, man. Listen. It's consent magic now, okay? It's consent potions. That's it. But you have to consent to it. I want to use this potion that makes you love me. So you gotta drink it. You gotta drink it. What the fuck, Wizards indeed. But you only if you want to. I want you to love me. Love potions are illegal now. What? It's always been incredibly awful to use something like that on somebody, right? Pretty obvious. You're literally removing their free will. That is very egregious. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Jordan, till you get caught stealing Pokemon at Walmart like your buddy did, he's banned now. Yeah, don't go fucking stealing from Walmart. Don't go stealing. I was saying those are evil acts in fucking Dungeons and Dragons, not giving you a list of shit to do. Habanero, if current Wizards went back and read the Book of Vile Darkness for 3rd edition, you think they'd shit themselves? That's funny. All right. I got to, my drink is totally fucking watered down now. So, I'm going to go and change this up probably into some water. And I'll be back. Intermission, boys. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. All right, I'm back. I am back. Blockies, you find it funny that Magic's trying to make Marvel's Green Goblin a commander for goblins in the Magic world when he's never a leader of anyone? It's a flavor fail. That whole card feels strange as hell to me. And the pumpkin bombs just being handed off to other people also feels weird. It feels weird. Sheba, you want my face as a sticker saying, don't be a bitch? That actually is a pretty fun idea. Thompson, what's up, buddy? How's my day? My day's been pretty good. My day has been pretty good. Busy. We had to catch up on a ton of laundry from when we were sick, so lot of clothes. I'm just glad I'm not Spurl folding my socks, right? So folding socks that's where I draw the line. I ain't doing that. So yeah, it's been a busy day. I talked with Must See today about Nurgle. So we talked about some Warhammer. We talked about some Warhammer stuff, you know. Warhammer's got some interesting stories. They got some cool lore. There's a lot to it. Nasty, yeah, Pumpkin Bomb could work as a reskinned Ratchet Bomb, but obviously they're doing all new cards. Jess, you know a guy who steals from Walmart and justifies it by saying they're evil? The guy just wants to steal. I just want to take things. This company is evil, so it makes it okay for me to steal from them. You just want to steal. You just want to take stuff. I mean, having stuff is nice. I don't endorse fucking stealing. People shouldn't do it. But people like having stuff, right? So that's what I take that as. I don't see this as taking some moral stand. You're just justifying it so that this is just something you say so that other people won't look badly at you and will just go, yeah, you know what, they are evil, you should take stuff. So at the end of the day, when you steal from businesses, you end up driving up the cost for all of us. So not a big fan of that. Especially all that craziness that was going on in the last little bit where all the stores were told you can't have your employees stop anybody, it's a legal liability. And then degenerates just went, it's free stuff day. And they just went and would fill shopping carts up full of like things at Tide and stuff. And you'd see them coming out, running out to the van and just throwing tons of jugs out, brazen as you please. And every once in a while, I end up being shown by like the YouTube algorithm or something like that. Somebody just going, I ain't having it, and stopping these people. Just some random everyday person, too. It's not even an employee of the store. Just some random person just getting in their way and be like, no, stop it. And the person says, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm stopping you from fucking stealing. What are you going to do about it? And it's just crazy that they're like, well, if they're not going to physically stop me, then I just get to do this. And then businesses just shut down because it's like, we're not doing businesses in this area anymore. We're losing way too much money in theft. So we're just going to close down this one and go somewhere else, you know? And so then all of a sudden, all these people are out because some people couldn't fucking behave themselves. Obviously, this is why you have a fucking law and order system. You need that shit. You can't just fucking trust people. You can't be crackhead hippies and go, we're going to occupy the park. Okay. We're living in a park and we got to defund the police. No, you need police. You need money for the police forces. Defund doesn't mean to take the money from them. That's literally the meaning. It means to stop giving the money, to take the money from them. We just need social workers to just go, what you're doing is bad. That's all it takes? They just have to be told? You're full of shit. They already know. They've been told this and they're fucking doing it anyways. So, yeah. You need to go, nope, go fucking arrest him, Mr. Officer, and throw him in the back of the car. I can't believe I'm being arrested for doing things I shouldn't do. Vlockies, what's a dink? You think you might be one because you didn't click my Amazon link. Listen, You need to bookmark the Amazon link so that anytime you're shopping on Amazon, you're automatically using my link, and then I get a fucking taste. It's like I'm there with you, all right? And I'm like, buy yourself the extra big butt plug. Buy yourself the butt dozer that looks like those old Tonka trucks and jam it in your butt. And then I'll get a couple percentage of that. You know what I mean? So bookmark that link, motherfucker. Thompson, excited for the new Grand Archive set coming out soon. Hell yeah, buddy. Did you see that I got sent this magazine? Somebody I know basically sponsored this happening. So there's like a couple page spread about it in the middle too, and they're on the cover. Habanero at your job, you have to throw at least 3 to 5 ripped open packages every single day from people tearing boxes open and pocket and stuff. Yeah, people would come into the LGS and fucking steal. You know, people just take shit. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Flower, real communities where people's lives matter to them and help each other survive? Yep, that as well. That as well. You need law enforcement. There's literally no scenario you can have where that doesn't exist. If you get rid of all of it, then you will just have people taking matters into their own hands as groups. Because guess what? No matter how welcoming you make things, no matter how much you educate people and make for good societies, some people are inherently fucking broken. It's that simple. Some people are broken in an unfixable way, and they are a danger and a problem for everybody else. And we as a society don't take them out into the fucking woods and throw them in the bog anymore. They get put into prison. You need that shit. There's no way around that, unfortunately. Yeah, a law of mutual respect isn't a thing. Psychopaths, sociopaths, like people who are fucking brain damaged, all these different individuals. Oh, yeah, it doesn't work. That's incredibly idealistic. I'd love to live in a world where that was the case. That'd be fucking awesome. But it's impossible. So it's delusional to even fucking entertain the idea as a real possibility. Yeah, when we're playing fucking imaginary land, right? We should all have angels sucking our ball bags 24/7 and everything should be free, right? My man tits should fucking ejaculate $100 bills into my hands. But we're living on Earth. Finn says, get a 55-gallon drum of lube for $3,000 and give Perp $30. There we go. Barrels of lube. Flower seed. That's idealistic too. You think it's a system that makes people crazy. Some people. But that's not what makes people psychopaths. That's not what makes people sociopaths. That's how they're born. That's how they are born. Unfortunately, 100% of humans aren't going to turn out in a way that's good for everybody. A lot of people will, and society's mostly good. But there's always going to be that fragment that's going to be a genuine problem. It's an unfortunate reality. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we're not going to fucking fix society here, are we? Like, that's not going to happen here. You fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, carrots. Trying to figure out how many plants we got in the stream. Flockies, do I think it's impossible for newcomers to get into the lore of Magic? It's rough trying to be Magic's hype man when we get Eighth Adrift and Thunder Junction. I don't think it's impossible for newcomers to get into the lore of Magic the same way that anybody can go back and appreciate Lord of the Rings or any other fantasy. Not saying that Magic's fantasy is on the same level as that. Just giving an example. You know what I mean? Like, are they going to be excited about Magic lores from these new sets? No. I mean, maybe some people, if the bar is low and they're like, cool, like, I don't know. I see people on Reddit saying that they've enjoyed these stories, and it's unfathomable to me how they could, but some people are dumber. Some people are maybe less nitpicky. My brain tends to find flaws in world building and story fairly quickly and easily. It's not something I don't spend my time going, I want to pick this apart, but I pay attention to the internal logic of what I'm dealing with. And when something doesn't make sense, it's almost like a hook that grabs onto my brain and jerks it back for a second. And so I notice it, you know? But not everybody's like that. People are different. So people can get into magic lore, but there's not much for them to get into now, you know? Magic the Gathering is ultimately going to live or die by its gameplay. People playing the game and enjoying it. The lore is a bonus. The lore is the salad. The gameplay is the steak. Plenty of people can have the steak and not give a shit about the salad. So, I don't know. You'll find people who will be interested in it, but we're never going to have magic lore on the level we did before. It's always going to be sub-mediocre level, right? Like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like, everything feels hollow. Tarkir's story is serviceable so far. It's not... I mean, the stuff with Narset is goofy. It is goofy. But it's not as jarring, or even close to as jarring, as Aether Drift's crazy. Magic the Gathering has traffic tickets now, and paparazzi, and everything's broadcast out on television across the multiverse for a race on, like, actual paved roads. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bizarre. Whereas Tarkir is going to suffer mostly from the fact that they don't do blocks or anything like that anymore. So they're basically like, all the stuff that you knew before is gone, and the whole world has changed, and all this new stuff's going on, and that's it. So engage with this for what it is. So the new story is engage with the fact that Dragonstorms are all over the multiverse, and Elspeth and Narset are going to try and fix that. That's it. That's it. If you wanted more from Tarkir, they're going to have a side story for each clan. Hopefully that'll be enough for you, but that's all you're getting. So if you're somebody who liked lore and we're used to getting a full bowl of ice cream, you're going to get a couple of scoops, a couple of mouthfuls, you know? Shorio Super Chat says psychopathy are now antisocial disorder. You can have that and not be a danger like yourself. Yeah, I'm not saying that everybody who has those conditions is a danger, bro. But people who have that condition can be a real fucking problem. And guess what? People who don't have that condition can also be a real fucking problem. And I ain't going to pretend to know that all the different designations for the fucking mental disorders that people have. I have no idea. So all I know is there's some people out there who do not give a shit about other people at all, or actively like to harm them, cause them problems, right? So, and that obviously is very, very tied into the subject of this stream, the fucking tariffs. We have really roamed all over the place. Surprise, surprise. That's what live streams do, right? Oh, God, Azaleus, no. That's awful. That's awful. And trying to incorporate Universes Beyond into actual Magic canon is nightmarishly dumb. I hate that. I fucking hate that idea. Very much so. All of a sudden going, yeah, Jason, Cloud, and everybody actually live in the same multiverse. Ugh. Ugh. That is terrible. At least it's fucking separate. I mean, at this point, I don't even know how much they could mess up their in-universe stuff. But no, making it actual part of the multiverse, to me, that's a nightmarish idea. Flockies, you don't even think most new players will catch the pop culture references in the game, all of them from the 80s or 90s? It's all lazy stuff. Right on the board, everything you think of when we say outer space or cowboys. Now shove it all into the set. Carrot, taxes and marriage is totally fine in Magic the Gathering. Those are, like, if it's something you could find in a fucking peasant village hundreds of years ago, yeah, guess what? It fits. So, people wanting to be married and people having to pay taxes to fucking lords or whatever else, that's not the same category at all. Parking tickets, parking infractions, the Department of Motor Vehicles. You know what I mean? Like, there's a huge difference. A huge difference. My Little Pony isn't in universe. What are you talking about? My Little Pony is fucking silver bordered. Nothing silver bordered is Magic canon. You fuck off, Finn. Friday the 13th in universe version. Get out of here. My Little Ponies isn't part of the fucking Magic the Gathering multiverse. Nobody, no fucking planeswalker has gone clopping, bro. Yeah, that's right. Land tax. Land tax from Legends, right? From all the way back then. Isn't the goal of a fighting man in AD&D to eventually become a lord who can collect massive taxes and raise armies? I mean, I don't know about massive taxes, but the ability to levy taxes on the populace, to also draft people into battle forces, you know, that kind of stuff. Absolutely. That is one route you can go when you become higher up, you know, get like pseudo nobility, maybe even full on nobility. So yeah, I definitely don't. I do not want to see any of the Universe Beyond stuff somehow become canon. Like SpongeBob and Jace are like, "Yep, we're in Ravnica right now, and we're here to advertise a new Visa card to you guys. Buy some Hot Pockets, you fucking chuds." Oh God. Oh man, Magic is like pissing its identity away, bro. It's unfortunate. Oh, monkey, you want to bring back ante, and specifically the kind where you where you write crap on people's cards. I played that actually at the face to face event back in sometime in 2024. Was it September? October? Or somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. I think it was September. We did some of that. A little bit of league play with ante. Chasen, you're looking forward to the Edge of Eternity sets? Not me. I'm not real keen on this space concept in Magic the Gathering. I think it's really dumb that they're like, actually there's an entire outer space over here in this part of the Blind Eternities. Okay. Alright. And there's roads all across these planes now. Okay. Am I supposed to think this is cool? Because I don't. I don't like it. Yeah, see, over here in this part of the Blind Eternities, they have spaceships made with magic, and space stations made with magic, and spacesuits made with magic, and space lasers made with magic. That's not magic. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because we said it's spaceships made with magic, idiot. So it's not like really technology, like space technology. But, I mean, it totally looks like it, right? But it's magic, so you should think it's cool and magical. Well, I fucking don't. But it's a Mars rover. But it's powered by magic. Oh, cool. I have a cell phone powered by magic. And a desktop computer powered by magic. And the blender in my kitchen is powered by magic. Wow, this feels so magical and like high fantasy and exciting and adventuresome, you know? It's terrible. Azelius, you're allowed to want whatever you want, but there's literally no way on earth to convince me that it would be anything other than abysmal and dumb. So hold on to your hopes, because I can't say 100% that Wizards in the future won't do something that crack-headed. But I promise you, if they do, I'll fucking hate it. But you're free to like it. Enjoy yourself. Life is short. Hope for the things that you want. Enjoy what happens that you like. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean it can't exist. It just means I'ma hate it. That's it. That's it. Jeep guy, you gotta go play Redemption, buddy. I got a Whore of Babylon from Redemption. Jess, if we named electricity magic, it'd be true. Well, that's it. That's what they did for Kaladesh. Kaladesh uses energy. Energy is just magic electricity. Except when they made Aether Drift. And now Aether, it smells like gasoline. And it's everywhere. Because they wanted to have that moment where Sita's dad is like, you smell like you've been racing cars like gasoline. But they got to do it. You smell like Aether fumes. Did you sleep with your window open? Yeah, so because just the whole fucking world of Kaladesh now has Aether fumes everywhere. The whole place smells like gasoline because we got a need for speed. It's so dumb. We got an insect racer team where when these insects get to this one stage in their life, they turn into cars. What? Yeah, these praying mantis people turned into Formula One cars. It's like, bro. How much crack have you smoked? It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Every time it pops that message up about the speed brute on Magic Arena, I just shake my head and laugh. Like they thought that was cool, bro. You know? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Monkey Funko Pop Cardboard. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Wizards is getting any property they think will move the needle and get them some cash. Who cares? That's it. It doesn't matter. Lockies, I'm even more disappointed with what they did in changing the way he rolls, you know? Slapping him in a regular old chair when he had those awesome, crazy spider fucking leg contraption, like that thing moving him around. That magical spider leg crazy nonsense that he had, that made Duretti way cooler. The version they made in Aether Drift is very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. Should have had a mount tutor called Need for Speed. There you go. That's not on the nose enough, though. It needs to be Need for Speed, right? So yeah, I find technology and magic to be dull. Modern world stuff is incredibly boring. So having cars and stuff driving on asphalt is so dumb. It's so dumb. And they just painted roads on a bunch of cards that would have been cooler without them. Hazaret, but with a wacky racetrack behind her. Okay. This Egyptian god has a need for speed. Okay. All right, then. Winter's also been cursed. Oh, yeah? What's Winter been cursed with? Infinite road rage. Are you for real? Yeah, he's cursed forever. The curse can never be removed. So he has to win the race in Aether Drift so the curse can be removed. But you just said he can never get rid of the curse. Yeah, but listen. Weren't you listening? He has infinite road rage. Isn't that cool? And he's linked up with a demon called the Speed Demon. And you know what the demon's deal is? Does it have a need for speed? You got it! How'd you figure it out? And so they constantly have to sacrifice things to the demon because it's got a need for speed. Why do they have to sacrifice things to it? Because it has a need for speed? It has a need for speed. So they have to sacrifice things to it. Well, how does that work? Shut up, dum-dum! Winner's like Ghost Rider. That's what you're going for? Yeah, anyways, his leg gets broken. What is going on? He's a ghost, and his leg's broken. Okay. Did I mention that he has infinite road rage and has a curse that can't be removed, and then he's going to win the race and the curse will be removed? The curse will be gone no matter what when we see him next. Because it'll be whatever hokey bullshit you're pushing this time. And then we're going to go to fucking outer space. Liu Dallas multipass. Let's go. Let's go. That's the deal. That's the deal. Planeswalker Gundams. Azalius, I hated those. If you're talking about the Battletech mechs from Invasion, I mentioned those in a recent stream. I fucking hated those. Those were stupid. That wasn't done well. That was garbage. And then Urza built a mech just like in fucking Battletech. What? Yeah, there's 9 of them. Oh, God. Oh, God. Look at Urza's Rage. It's got a Battletech mech on it. I fucking hate those cards to this day, bro. You have to understand that you and I have fundamentally different views on what is cool. So we're never really going to agree on that shit. So like I said, enjoy what you enjoy. Have fun with it. If you thought those mechs were cool, good for you. I fucking hate them. I think they're dumb, obnoxious, unwieldy. They don't fit. They were just shoved in. They were lazy crap garbage. It didn't feel right at all to me. So I hated those. Fucking hated them. EP, you've been enjoying Loot Suffering? Well, you're welcome. You are welcome. Sheba, the only thing you liked in Aether Drift was more dinosaurs? Yeah, we could have more of an exploration of Muruganda, but the Muruganda's thing is just vanilla creatures. You've changed things about every world. You could change that about Muruganda. You're just using that as an excuse to go, fuck you, we don't actually want to develop it. Eat our asses, right? Concrete's yelling, let's go, truly Lord of the Board. Giving you some credit, Michael. Giving you that credit, buddy. Urza made all kinds of cool things. The Falcon engines, the Dragon engines, all that shit. That shit was cool. There's a lot of cool constructs. He made Karn, the Silver Golem, to fucking travel through time, to withstand time travel. Very cool. Those Battletech mechs, hated them. Fucking hated them. Awful. Awful. Azalius, now we're moving on to Neon Dynasty. Hated it. Hated all the mechs. Hated all the futuristic shit. So, again, you and I have fundamentally different views on what is cool. You just keep giving different examples of things I hate. You know what I mean? You're not grasping what I'm fucking saying I don't like, apparently. So shifting over to Kamigawa and Neon, boy, hated it. Fucking hated it. Hey, remember Kamigawa? Oh, cool, we're going back to Kamigawa finally? Well, actually, we tried to do a Cyberpunk 2077 crossover, and we don't have the stones to actually do it in its own new world. So we're just taking Kamigawa's corpse, pulling its skin off and stretching it over something else and going, here's Kamigawa. But it's 1,000 years later, isn't that cool? So it's got all kinds of techno future shit. Fuck off. And it's got a planeswalker with a fucking raccoon drone. Oh, God. Oh, God. But listen, he's really bland and uninteresting and uses fucking high-tech shit. Great. Awesome. Yeah. Fucking hate Kamigawa. Vlockies, now that you looked up the card Void, the laser beams really hurt the stance on mechs and Magic. I don't like it. I don't like it. Sheba, you like Mishra Fusion with the Dragon engine? Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Melbaz says, remember when Richard Garfield made a cyberpunk game at the same time he made the fantasy game Magic the Gathering? Huh. Did that actually happen? Yes. Yes, it did. Habanero, you love Magic the Gathering and Cyberpunk 2077. You know what you don't love? Cyberpunk and my high fantasy, my Cyberpunk. Let the things be the things they are, right? Obviously, that's not what's going to happen. So, I'm just going to enjoy what I enjoy. And the stuff I don't like, I'm going to go, don't like that. Do not like that. Think it's dumb. Don't want it. Aether Drift is the fucking worst. It is the worst. When do we get Spaceballs, the Magic set? There is a half-decent chance of a Spaceballs secret lair when the space set comes along. Absolutely. Absolutely. It totally falls into the slice of what Wizards of the Coast seems to be targeting with the choices they're making. There's no way it's guaranteed, but it's actually not out of the realm of possibility. Do I think World of Warcraft would be a good choice for Universe Beyond? If that's what people want, you know, I guess. I don't know how popular that is anymore, so I couldn't say really. Azaleus, it's a fine line, buddy. It's a fine line. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Once you stray over the line, it turns into stuff I cannot fucking get behind. That's it. So if it all looks the same to you, again, we have a different view. So none of that is going to make me like Kamigawa. None of that is going to make me think the mech shit isn't fucking stupid. You know? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Concrete, we might be running out of things to like about Magic. At least it's fun to play. That's the biggest thing. That's when I know if I'm not having fun playing Magic anymore, who cares? Right? They're taking away the salad that I used to have with my steak. I still like steak, right? So, I get a bit of a headache. That sucks. Shiba, yeah, body horror, like vat-grown craziness. So, it's, I feel you. I feel you on that. Phyrexia was pretty wild. Jordan, you like baked potato with your steak? Yeah, I prefer mashed potatoes, but I can get down with the baked potato too. Jim, you're already getting excited about about Spaceball Secret Lair action. That's understandable. I mean, if they make it and you want it, I like the Monty Python and the Holy Grail stuff, right? They did the secret layers for that. Love that concept. We're way past the days of just don't buy any Universe Beyond stuff. Send Wizards the message. They won't make it. They're going to make way more of it. You have no fucking clue. That's going to become the majority of what we get. The majority is going to be Universe Beyond. Right now it's like 50-50, but it's going to push harder, for sure. For sure. Radio, yep, I like old Phyrexia more than new Phyrexia. The new Phyrexia where they tried to push away from Yawgmoth and turn it into following Elish Norn didn't hit the same way. And the way they ended the Phyrexian arc was so lame, where they're just like they do with every literal villain now, where it's like, we can't kill the villain off. We got to make sure they're just put off to the side so they can be reused. Even like a Cool was put into a space bolt and fired off. So a Cool's still around. The random Mycoid Tyrant, still around. Alcazot's still around. Like every single, there's nothing conclusive ever done to anyone at any point. And they try and feel, hey, the Phyrexian stuff is going to have massive implications and big changes. And then the next story they write, they're just not a Phyrexian now. What? You told us it was going to have massive changes. Yeah, and you believed it because you're fucking stupid. And that's what you get. Right? Anyways, thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. I shall get back again tomorrow with you guys. But for now, I'm going to get on up out of here because the Chainsaw Man, he cometh. So, get the fuck up on out of here.